Imagine this was the 80s. Sure, fluorescent socks and Ferris Bueller's Day Off are cool, but imagine our current situation then. There's no Zoom, there's no Skype, the only relief is that there's no Twitter. Imagine being locked down then, hoping to hit your video player at the right time so you've got some A-Team to watch in the evening. And all of those empty hours the pandemic has given us, you'd have to spend all of them with your family. Now, I'm sure your family are lovely, but all the time. And bear in mind, there's no Carcassonne, there's no modern art, there's no Anansi, and there's no Coyote. All you'd have is a packet of cards and a copy of Hungry Hungry Hippos that would break after 5 minutes. It's easy to say that the internet is terrible, but it's brought a lot of good with it too. It has kept us together through this pandemic. Board gaming is a hobby that can never be truly reproduced digitally. It's the reason we love the things so much. They offer a way to get away from our screens for a few blissful hours, but if this was the 80s or the 70s or even most of the 90s, we would be cut off from our hobby completely. With all of these digital gaming platforms, we are, at least, able to approximate the joy of being together, and things like Castle TriCon are bringing us one step closer. At the last Castle TriCon, the fact that the people behind the keyboards were able to put something together that was so impressive in such a short space of time was breathtaking. It'll never be like walking the halls, but the ingenuity of the people who planned and programmed the convention brought us close to it. Soon enough, we'll be sharing space again and sharing laughs with one another again. We'll be wondering how we survived the pandemic with our brains intact, and it'll be things like Castle TriCon that helped us. It's an opportunity to get together, even if it is at the end of a fibre optic cable. So dive in, walk the virtual halls, learn the virtual games, and when we emerge bleary-eyed, we can look forward to a real Castle TriCon and be sure that we'll have friends there because we met them here. So thank you for coming. And remember, thank God it's not the 80s.